Relax your mind and let your conscience be free. Let's get started. Hi guys, welcome back. Finally figured out what I'm going to do with those rose bushes. You know they were in the front. Now I have to bring them back here, do some more rearranging. I'll take out the lilacs that I have back here. They were once in the front. Now they're back here. I don't know what to do with them. I'll figure that out. But the rose bushes have to come back here now. All right, got that one in. And again, guys, you can move your plants and your flowers. No one's coming to get you. All right, time to move this lilac now. Okay, so that's done. We got them both in. Success. And again, I'm not worried about this. Now, they might go into shock, but they'll recover in a couple weeks. Okay, now this lilac, I have to do something with it. And the other one that's over here, I'll figure it out. Here's a thought. Why not put them in the pots? Not being used right now. Think that's a good idea. Let's try it out. And this is just temporary. I want to see how they grow in here until I find a permanent spot for them. All right, so I'll take some of the dirt out, put it in a bucket. I need to, you know what? Let me try something else. You know, why don't I just go and get my wheelbarrow, dump the dirt in the wheelbarrow, and then put the lilac in the pot the way that I want it. And here are the results. This will do for now. One's taller than the other. That's okay. And again, this is just a little experiment. All right, have other stuff to do. Time to pull some weeds. Get this in order. It's not looking good. Looks horrible. Well, what do we have here? Got the fountain up and running. That motor is still going. I'm going to hate to part ways with it. It's a must. Anyway, got the rose bush. It's not growing. I have some concerns. I'm going to cut it down. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Maybe it's dead. Who knows? Time to bring out the friskers for this job. I don't want the thorns to poke me or cut me in any way. So far, so good. Love when a plan comes together. I don't think I'm going to cut too much of this. Maybe just a little bit. All right. You know what I see? I see some growth. Right there. Something's coming up. Little baby, why are you hiding from me? You know, last year this wasn't the case. They both pretty much came up at the same time, bloomed at the same time. I don't really have an explanation for this. Maybe it's the way the sun rises and sets. I don't know. Yeah, I think the other one is still under shade in the morning, and then in the evening it gets shade before this one does. Either way, if the other one doesn't grow, I'll have to make some changes. All right, what's going on over here? Look at the lilies. Man, getting bigger, fuller, very aggressive. Wow. And all I did was move them. I moved them from the front to the mulch bed back here and now in this area. You see that? You can move them. They'll be okay. Let's look at this one. This one, not so much. I'm sure depending on what time of day it is, the fence could be blocking the sun from the plant, just like the house could be blocking the sun from the rose bush on the left. You know what the problem is, guys? Should have started in March, maybe the first week of April. When you wait till May, you're about 2 months behind and you got so much to do and your yard looks like this. So I took care of this area, so I'm going to go all the way down, do the mulch bed, do some cutting and trimming, stuff like that. The hydrangea, definitely get this too. You know, those precious babies invaded a carnival in the Chicagoland area. Oh, yeah. Bunch of fights, stuff like that. I want everyone to take another look at the film Boys in the Hood, 1991, starring Ice Cube, Angela Bassett, Lawrence Fishburne, Morris Chestnut, Cuba Gooding Jr. Great movie. directed by John Singleton. There was an element in that film that I think we all overlooked. It was the relationship between Doughboy and his mother, and Ricky too. Mrs. Baker loved her son Ricky. Loved him. You know, Ricky and Doughboy had different fathers, by the way. She loved Ricky. Man, but she hated Doughboy. She couldn't stand Doughboy. Even as a child, you can tell. She couldn't stand him. What was the difference between the two? Age, maybe? Same household, same mother, same neighborhood. Different fathers, though. That's what it was, the fathers. Mrs. Baker probably still loved Ricky's dad. And you saw that throughout the film with the way she interacted with Ricky. But Doughboy, every time she looked at Doughboy, she was reminded of his father. And you can tell she hated him. As time passes, Doughboy becomes a gangster, while Ricky is recruited by the top colleges in the country. We have a lot of doughboys in the neighborhoods that were created in the household by the hatred instilled in them. Remember, I talked about the kid at the grocery store touches a toy, the mother goes berserk because the child made a mistake. She's not mad at the child, she's mad at his father. She's mad because he left. She met him, he sweet-talked her. She ends up getting pregnant. He says, well, I don't want to have nothing to do with you or the baby. Well, I'm going to keep the baby anyway. It wasn't enough to keep him. So she's hurt, she's upset, and the only person she can take it out on is the child. She talks to him aggressively. She's abusive toward him. So he grows up, filled with hate, feeling unloved, unwanted. And he takes it out on the rest of the world. By the time he's 11 or 12, she doesn't care. He needs to fend for himself. She doesn't care about his grades, helping him with his homework, nothing. And he knows this. He knows his mother can't stand him. And he notices that she's more concerned about the men she's dating than his well-being. And if there's any issues and if anything goes wrong, well, it's his father's fault. A man that she barely knew but was still willing to have his child just to keep him. And when it didn't work, well, now she's okay with letting that child go out into the world and wreak havoc on the rest of society because she didn't get her way, so she could care less. So by the time he's 13, 14, he's carjacked somebody, robbed somebody, probably even committed murder. In a sense, she abandons her responsibilities, and unfortunately, the jail and prison system will raise him. First juvenile, then the big house. That's how it always ends. Anyway, you know the motto. Take care of your families. Take care of your bodies. Take care of your lawns too. Bye.